So my topic is U.S. involvement with NATO, and the current event is Russia and Ukraine war by Jacob Montgomery and me, Mohammed Mehdi. So our overview are people wondering about U.S. involvement with NATO, whether the U.S. should allow other countries to join NATO or not, and whether the U.S. should be involved with NATO. We picked the Russian-Ukraine topic because it's the most relevant and current issue. So the issue portrays that the U.S. should stop involving itself with Ukraine to avoid war, questioning the U.S. funding for Ukraine and NATO participation, control over war impact on national debt and causality. So our sources basically go over the same thing, but they do tend to have different biases. For instance, ventriloquism, politism, and then speculativity. And then for context, the U.S. played a role in deterring Russian aggression by providing $1 billion in aid, and people started questioning whether Ukraine should join NATO, and that fear of Ukrainian membership into NATO could escalate the ongoing tension with Russia. Also, whether the U.S. should even be a NATO member, considering how much they spend on NATO alone, which is $2 billion, and the additional $77 billion military aid given to Ukraine by the U.S. So, by looking at the extreme left, Fox's attention is to basically sway public opinion on issues like the Ukrainian crisis and NATO expansion, and frame the Ukrainian conflict in the context of NATO post-Cold War expansion, suggesting it contributing to the ongoing invasion. It also suggests that NATO enlargement in U.S. policy may have provoked Russian aggression to begin with, and the advice it provided highlights the involvement in post-Cold War era decision on NATO expansion suggests that U.S. policy increased tension with Russia contribute to Ukrainian crisis. So the other side, the leans left, is done by ABC News. So the role of ABC News is to generally inform and persuade the reader by providing evidence and statements on topic. The statement biased by ABC News is portraying Ukraine NATO membership as irreversible, structured by evidence and the mission of removing views from certain countries such as Hungary, Turkey. For instance, leaders to member countries insist that Ukraine is on an irreversible path to membership, which basically cements in the people's minds that Ukraine membership will happen. So the censorship has no. So Pew Research had no actual opinion or in providing logistical data that they have done rigorously by random sample balance question voting and impartial recording. Also, they have no providing by left or right wing contributors. Also, they want the reader to make their own opinions. For instance, look at the graph. We see Republicans lean to more that the U.S. is providing too much aid to Ukraine compared to Democrats who believe that the U.S. is providing enough aid to Ukraine. So our leans right source is by surf.com. So the free press approach, it prioritizes at providing reliable, detailed information over personal opinion, aimed for publicity of agenda, balancing between objective reporting and then ideological influence. So the biases, it creates a clear and direct expression of feelings on issues, the way the information organized and presented, often reflecting the conservative view. So it's agenda to push a view there is no broad support for U.S. involvement in foreign issues like Ukraine and NATO, suggesting that the U.S. is acting independently without any backup. Sometimes it does gatekeep information, so the reader doesn't. So the reader does get shaped to saying soft agenda by providing not that much logistical data on Ukraine. So the extreme right informs citizens on the economics, world government promotes rational, informed citizens and pushes conservative ideals. So, but the biases they create is by speculative content. For instance, it's incorrectly predicted a U.S. war with Russia, suggesting that not supporting Ukraine and advocating distance from NATO. Also, the way they structure it is by using ventriloquism, use quotes from conservative leaders only, not talking about the other side, or using counterpoints, and then it often complements and reaffirms conservative viewpoints that have already been established on the issue. So the biases we've seen during the research are, for instance, the cost of war has been unbelievable high. There's no logistical data anywhere to be found within these claims. So most of them have no true backing, and then sometimes the sources that they provide, such as a viewer, the same renowned foreign policy thinkers, there's no names given, or former ambassador to the Soviet Union, there are no names given. So most of these statements can either be false or made up. And then our overall group perception on the coverage. So media coverage of Ukraine has often relied on official statements from NATO members and presidential candidates or presidential candidates with private pollings and no further explanation on the methods that occurred. So the pros are that we are updated quickly on the topic and that we get official perspective and official statements on it, providing like insight into the conflict. However, it lacks depth. However, official statements lack depth and can often focus on specific talking points, which doesn't paint the entire picture. And then credibility with the polls being done, some of them lack details and sampling. Also, information can also be unreliable, open to manipulation. This can lead to misleading conclusion and a distorted picture of public opinion. So issues sources, U.S. government conservative lean articles can push policymakers to like reconsider limited military aid engagement due to public pressure. So yeah, the issues. So the biases spread by media can often make stakeholders reconsider their stances on it and either invest more into it or retract statements or distance themselves from the issue. So our main takeaway is that opinion of U.S. foreign involvement doesn't differ much from each spectrum. The main consensus is that the U.S. should not involve itself in the matter. The main differences was that the left states there's already heavy investment into Ukraine and support, but still agree with the right that the U.S. should not intervene anymore, either by using NATO or providing for their military aid. Also, media outlets can distort publicly by cherry-picking statements or that align with their biases on being stored ideas or statements that contradict their agenda. They might present vague, accounts or manipulate polls to steer public perception that follows their agenda. Alright, that's on.